Yeah, it's going to be mad for the next few, I suppose the next 4 to 6 weeks is promotion, so you're kind of hopping from country to country and you're kind of, you know, going all over the place. But then when you actually start touring, you get a tour bus, and that's really nice because that's your home and your stability, and, you know, you get to have your stuff in your tour bus. And
were you apprehensive about going out back on the road, bringing yourself... I mean, 45 million albums is what you sold collectively as the Cranberries.
Yeah.
I'm sure the royalty checks keep rolling in because your songs are so popular, they'll keep going for a long, long time. You didn't have to do it again, did you?
Not really, but the thing is, like, I suppose I've been singing longer than I've been a mom and stuff, and I love entertaining. It's very much a part of who I am, and I kind of miss that aspect of my life. I miss the stage, and I felt that, like, you know, I feel that the stage is calling me back, and it's kind of like, I suppose it's just, you know, a big part of who I am, and it's a challenge for me to go back and try and get that back again, you know what I mean? And get
but
that
it is a risk, isn't it?
I suppose everything's a risk, you know, but life, I mean, what would life be without risks and challenges, you know? Yeah.
Do you think there are any people out there in the long grass dying to see you fail? You know, there are always people like that out there.
Yeah, I guess I try to wipe the insecurities away, and I try to kind of push away the darkness and push away the negative thoughts, and I try to be really positive and think positively, and I find that's the best way to go through life, just to be really positive and see all that positive stuff and kind of, you know, ignore the negative stuff.
Well, when you say you're missing the stage, I mean, what kind of a surge do you get when you go out there, particularly in a big arena, where you can see the whites of the eyes of the people in the front, but you know, you're hearing the roar of the crowd from the back.
Yeah, oh, it's pretty amazing. I mean, it's a total natural high. I mean, you know, when you're on stage for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and when you come off, it takes literally 3 or 4 hours to come down. So, you know, you can't really get to sleep till 3 or 4 in the morning. So, like a lot of artists on the road, it's like, you know, you're awake at night and you're sleeping during the day. And then when you come off the road, you're a complete mess, you know, because you're trying to get back to normality, you know. But it's great, no, it's a great buzz, and I just really miss that natural buzz of, you know, the audience and performing, you know.
Now, the kind of things that you've been writing about, saying ordinary things, you became famous when you were, what, 18 years of age?
Yeah, quite young, yeah.
And now you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
What's the difference between Dolores at 18 and Dolores at this age in her life?
I suppose, like, when I was younger, I suppose, you know, I thought I knew everything, do you know what I mean? And now I think as you get older, you experience so many things that you were never aware of, like in your teens and your 20s. And as I get older, I realise that I actually don't really know that much at all. There's so much that I still don't know. So as you get older, you realise that you've so much to learn, you know. Yeah.
So you're learning all the time. But there comes a time when you will definitely know nothing. Your kids will know everything.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's
totally
not too many years away.
That, you know.
It's only probably 3 or 4 years away when that starts happening to you. The kind of person you are, I mean, you're a home bird, but yet you've got these two sides. You've got the rock chick side, you're going to be out there on stage, and then there's got very domesticated side. How about your inner person? Are you a spiritual kind of person? Are you a religious person?
I certainly have my spirituality and stuff, but it's not like really truly any kind of conventional spirituality. It's kind of my own spirituality, do you know what I mean? It's my own.
But you came from a fairly religious home.
Yeah, I came from kind of pretty strict Catholic background, but I suppose you know, now it's quite different in Ireland. Everything's quite different here now, really.
Yeah. What do you think of it today? Because you have the opportunity to spend time in Canada, which is a completely different kind of lifestyle, I presume, to the life you spend here in Howth or in Limerick if you spend time down there. What do you think of Ireland today?
I think it's great. I really think it's fantastic. I think it's coming along for the better, you know. I think it's very open. And I think the motorways are fantastic as well. You know, bring on the Celtic Tiger any day, because you can blast up and down to Limerick and whatnot. It's really handy now, the roads and whatnot. Everything's better here. I mean, you know, natural healing and, you know, all these kind of things that were like 15 years ago, like massage and natural healing and Reiki and acupuncture and all these things were taboo. But now, like, everybody's going for all that stuff, you know. And so it's really kind of totally with the programme. Even the canteen in RTE has Starbucks. I was shocked. I was like, whoa, you're up my alley, lads. You know, you totally get
they've all sorts of things. They've got Chef's Theatre as well.
I know, it's dead suave, eh? We're going up in the world.
They've got to do that stuff. When I talked about, you know, your religious belief and how you came from a religious family, I was thinking, you're probably one of the few people I know who's performed for 2 different popes, isn't that right?
Yeah, actually, well, I didn't really meet Benny because he didn't come out and do the old meet and greet. Yeah, he didn't come out and do the meet and greet with the rock stars. But John.
No, he's not into rock music, I believe.
I think he's not. You know what I mean?
No, I think like, a little bit of Mozart or.
I'd say probably more Settle stuff or whatever. But John Paul was into mingling. Do you know what I mean? He was really kind of he socialised and. like, even when he was really old, he came out, and I remember he met my little boy, and he was so into the kids, and he was into meeting people, and he just had that kind of outgoing, charismatic character, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't really know the new guy that well.
Yeah. Something else you did. You performed with the great Luciano Pavarotti.
Pavarotti, yeah, he was great.
Yeah, what did you do with him? What song?
We did the Ave Maria. And it was quite funny because his assistant came up to me and she said, Dolores, have you met the Pavarotti? And I said, no. And she said, come down to his dressing room. So I go down to the room and he's sitting in there with this bathrobe and this massive chair. And I looked over at him and I had this flash of Santa Claus when I was a kid. And he said, Dolores, come and sit on my lap. Bellissimo girl. And I was like, okay. I sat there and I was like, dead nervous, you know.
So you're sitting on
he's really
Pavarotti's
lovely.
lap.
Sitting on his lap, we were having cuddles and all. So, he's pure cuddly, I swear. He's deadly, like a teddy bear. But so we're, the next thing we go out on stage, and like he was a bit hoarse because he was singing with all the artists, so he had to sing about 20 songs, but I'd only to do the ones, you know. Yeah. And he said, my throat, that is hoarse. And I was saying, it's only your nerves, it's only your mind, you know. So the day of the gig then, when we were doing our performance, the Ave Maria, I was like a little shaken, you know, like singing with this big guy in such an intense song. And he just grabbed my hand and he kind of raised it into the air, and it was like, it was so cool. Like, he was great. It was such a brilliant memory, you know. A
gent. And of course, you know, he is, I think has he finally retired now? Part of history to have actually sung with Pavarotti is something that
totally,
not many people can say they
serious
can do.
Old honours, you know. Like, he says he's retiring, but I'd say he'll have a comeback yet, you know. You never know. I'd love so, because, I mean, he was fantastic, wasn't he?
Yeah. But a huge man, and the two of you, I'd love to have seen the bit. The big man, little and large, you know, the two of you singing together.
Yeah,
but two very big voices. Now, what are people going to expect from the new album? Is it going to sound Cranberry-like, because your voice was such a signature for the Cranberries? Yeah, well, it's definitely like the same voice and stuff like that, and I didn't make a huge effort to kind of run away from the Cranberries, because that's part of who I am, and, you know, I wrote probably about 60 or 65% of the stuff, so very much it's me and it's part of my journey and stuff. But this is kind of an evolution whereupon I really wanted to experiment, and I wanted to go where I'd never gone before. So I think what a lot of people are taken back by is that there is kind of darkness. There are dark songs, and there's more like you know, a little bit more kind of slightly metally guitars and stuff here and there. Where did the title come from of the album? Are You Listening? Are You Listening? I just came up with that one night. I went into my husband and I said, I got it, honey, I got the title. And he said, what is it? And I said, Are You Listening? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, Are you listening? And he was going, yeah. And I was like, no, the title is Are You Listening? Yes. That's it. So that's what it's called. So we thought that was kind of funny. Yeah. All right. Well, I can only wish you the best, because the next couple of years are going to be busy. I'll be a busy bee, hopefully. You'll be kind of happy half the time, and half the time wishing you're back in Howth. And I'll be up and down. And stuff, up and down. But totally. It's a terrific combination if you can do it right. Family, and of course on the bus you can have them all with you, can't you? That's it. Yeah, I'll bring the bambinos out and stuff, you know. Well, look, it's great to see you back after 4 years. Dolores, thanks a million for being with us. Thanks so much. Dolores O'Riordan. And the single Ordinary Days released next Friday. That's the 27th. And the album, Are You Listening, is going to be released a week later on May the 4th. Now, what about that prize that all of us would love? Because tonight, to launch the opening of Europe's largest Pug and Pole showroom, it's on Sir John Rogerson's Quay in Dublin, we are giving away a Pug and Pole kitchen with top-of-the-range appliances to the value of €60,000. So, look, no matter what the size of your house is or your apartment, Pug and Pole will come around and they'll fit it out to the highest spec imaginable, to the tune of, and I did say that, €60,000. Now, this is the kind of kitchen that the stars choose for themselves. Elton John has a Pug and Pole, David Beckham has a Pug and Pole, George Michael has a Pug and Pole. It's the kind of luxury kitchen that's going into the first Palm Island in the prestigious, you know, the Palm Jumeirah in Dubai? Pug and Pole going in there. In Ireland, Pug and Pole is supplied by Design House. They already have design studios in Dalkey, in Belfast and in Derry. And Design House has installed Pug and Pole kitchens at the K Club, and they're about to complete the kitchen fit-out of the new golf resort at Killeen Castle. Now, what we have here in studio is just one example of the huge range of styles offered by Pug and Pole. For this one, they invited a multi-award-winning Argentinian architect and designer. His name is Jorge Pensi, to come up with a completely original kitchen concept, and this is it. He calls it Plus Modo. And let's see what it's like. Well, it's got beautiful features. I mean, all the drawers are, as you can see here, they're kitted out beautifully, and they just have the soft close. Just gently close. And every single one of this glass drawer here, again, you can see the plates and dishes that you have, and again, gently just draw it to a close, and it will pull itself in. Beautiful architectural sink here, and if I open this here, you can see your refuse, and there are 4 different containers for all your recyclables. Up here, if we have a look at the glasses, these things slide along, so you can reveal or obscure, as you wish, any of the items up here. All the plug sockets along the top, you can see them, they're all built into this aluminium rim here. You can have a data point if you want. Really terrific features available in this kitchen. A lovely architectural tap as well. Over here, this is the